I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Say hello to George.
Hey, George. What's
Hey,
going on?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing just fine.
I have to say something to you before you get started. I want to thank you for being a part of my Black History Now. What you and your husband have accomplished as a couple and as the First Lady and the President makes me very proud, not only as a Chicagoan, not only as an African American, but as a human being. What you all have done has just been amazing. So thank you for being a part of my Black History.
Well, that is a very, very kind of you to say. But, this is something that I want every child that's listening, that what I tell kids, we are you, I mean, I am Michelle Robinson, who grew up on the south side of Chicago, went to Bryn Mawr Elementary School, stayed in school, worked hard, and am now part of the history of this nation and the history of this country, and all of our kids have the potential of having that kind of impact and making that kind of legacy, because we are all a part of that Black history.
Well, what we've been doing for Black History Month, we've been, first of all, focusing on the Black family, which is very, very important in raising our children. We also talked about, giving the children a chance to call into the show to talk about it, them losing their parents, whether they were abandoned or whether or not the parents just don't want to be in their lives. And the most important thing we've been talking about this month, and we've been doing this for years, is mentoring, which is always going to be important. These children need mentors.
Absolutely.
Who throughout Black history has inspired you and your husband, First Lady?
Marion Wright Edelman, Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. We could just go on and just, throw out names forever. Coretta Scott King. I got a chance to meet her through Oprah Winfrey when Barack was first elected as the U.S. Senator. And she could not have been more accessible to me. I was not Michelle Obama back then. I was who?
Right.
And she took, the time to encourage me and to congratulate me on my accomplishments. So, just getting a glimpse of that kind of grace kind of helped to model for me what kind of leader I wanted to be to other young women out there.
Without history, without Black history for me, First Lady, I wouldn't be here. It wasn't until I started picking up books, going into what at the time was African-American bookstore on the West Side, and started reading, and it transformed my life. So it's very important to know your history to give you a sense of who you are and what your responsibilities are to your ancestors and to your community today.
And in order to do that, you have to do what you did, which is go to a bookstore and pick up a book and read it. That's another thing.
The libraries still work, too.
Libraries still work.
How about that?
Libraries still work. But that's something, again, I talk to kids all the time, and their job, our kids' jobs, if they're listening today, your job is to get an education, to take your education seriously and get your hands on anything and everything and read it. Read it. That's what the president did. That's how he turned his life around and why he has the knowledge in his head to be able to represent this country, this nation, and our community. So, you got to know where you've been if you know where you're going to go. And reading is a key part of that.
Readers are leaders.
Oh, George, get out of my
head. Oh, you all.
We said it at the same time. First Lady, just thank you so much. It was great seeing you at the White House. I'm looking forward to the last 3 years of your husband's presidency. I know we're going to get some great things accomplished if we continue to work together. And I just once again want to tell you how proud I am of how you all have conducted yourselves and what you all have accomplished. And you're just a class act.
Thank you so much, Michael and George. I'm going to be out around the country next week celebrating the 3rd anniversary of Let's Move. I'm going to be in Chicago, in Mississippi, and Missouri. We're going to once again be highlighting the progress that we're making on ending childhood obesity and the work that's left to come. We're going to be following up with you guys on that as well. But just want to make sure people are aware and, focus still on the health of our kids.
Thank you, First Lady.
Happy Black History Month.
Thank you.
All right.
Take care.